All right, why smart traders are studying AI, and not just smart traders, but I would say in general, all of the rich people in the world. What I want you to look at the moment is when you're looking up a certain billionaire, okay? Most billionaires, all of their latest podcasts, all of their latest interviews, they're just talking about one thing. And that is artificial intelligence. And not just traders, not just billionaires, okay? What I want you to understand is this is in the markets publicly, and now I'm showing you what it actually takes to become a profitable trader in the space. Now, for this market view, I have a couple of things lined up. So in this market view, I have a special guest. I am going to show you why I teach my clients about AI and robotics, and I'm going to do a general market overview at the end, because every single Sunday I'm doing a quick market overview for you guys, what my vision is for the upcoming week, and just general markets. Now, let's first of all start with the special guest. And the special guest is something that I bought, okay? So it's not someone, but maybe in the future we will finally see this as someone. So let me ask if he wants to come up. Okay, look at this, guys. Look at this. There we go. This is my special guest for today. It can even shake a hand like it's doing here, or we can, for example, make it stand like a human being. Okay, and even if I would give it a kick now, it would literally stand up by itself. Okay, so when you're looking at this, this is the Unitree robot dog. I have multiple versions of these, and this is one of the robots that I bought. Now, every single time when I'm showing this robot to people, they absolutely freak out. And besides that, of course, it can stand normal, but what we can do as well is we can also let it stand on the other side, as you guys can see right here. And it can do multiple things. One of the things is that, for example, it has a camera in it. So as you guys can see, it's currently filming all of my Hermes boxes, okay? I love shopping. So currently you see all of the boxes right here. Now, you can think, okay, Camille, I see all of your Hermes boxes now, but why is this useful? Well, when you're looking at this, I want you to understand that for most cases, it's not used to check it's not used to check Hermes boxes, but it's used for now in war. So when you're looking at war, if you have a camera on a robot, then for example, looking around this corner here, so I'm going to look around the corner now, I can see what is around the corner without myself being the one who is getting attacked, but it will be a robot. What is of course way more efficient. Now in this stream we are going to talk more about this and why I think it is important that everyone should have a general understanding of this. I'm not going to convince you to buy one of these robots here, because that can be a quite expensive hobby like I have at the moment, where you're looking at robots, humanoids and all that stuff. And a humanoid is basically a real human, okay? Now, I'm going to explain as well why you already have most probably a couple of robots in your house. Now, let me turn off this one. So, one of the things that I want everyone to understand is that at the moment we are still in control, okay? So we are going to talk about a couple of things. One of the things is AI, and the other thing is robotics. Now let's start off with AI before we jump into the robotics and what kind of robots you most probably already have. When you're looking at AI, AI is already everywhere. But one of the biggest problems at the moment is that I, at the moment, see my own reality. And back in the days, we had all the same reality. So you had one general newspaper, most probably somewhere in your town, or in the city, you had 2 to 3 newspapers and everyone got the same news. So you had the left side, they had the newspaper, and you had the right side, they had the newspaper. Every single morning the news was delivered to them and they all read about it. Now what happens is you go to work and you discuss the news of the day, okay? This is not the case anymore, and this is one of the reasons is AI. AI is now behind all of your algorithms. So when you're looking at your phone, I want you to understand that you are using social media platforms like, for example, Instagram. But you are also, like right now, you're watching on YouTube. every single application that in there has a AI algorithm behind it that is feeding you exactly what you want. Now, you can see this as a benefit, but you need to understand that this is one of the biggest dangers as well, because this creates a massive ego chamber. So what I want you to understand is that when you're looking at this, for example, I'm looking at videos of robots. So I'm looking at this robot here, and I look one video now. Now, what am I going to do? The next video will most probably be something robot related. And what happens after is we get 5 more videos of robots. Now the next day, my entire feed will be filled with robot videos. And now I think that this news, because it's delivered to me as news, is something normal. So how I'm getting news now fed every single day about robotics and about AI, that is my own life now. Yes. When I'm looking at other people, so for example, if I walk now to a coffee shop downstairs, what will happen is the other people right there, they will have completely different news feeds. This means as well that they will have completely different lives. Now, I want you to understand is these days you can choose your own life. And this is something that we didn't really have this opportunity before. I want you to understand that when you're looking at your life now, back in the days, it was picking up the newspaper and accepting what was happening around you. And in that period, it was quite hard to actually move away from your current life. Why? Because newsfeed, 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 opinion, 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 and that was basically your life. Because I'm sorry to tell you, but most of the opinions of other people, that is what creates your life. Now, you become what you put in, okay? So when you're looking at your life, in my opinion, it's all input, output. When you're looking at this, it's exactly the same with these news feeds. So when I'm looking at AI, and one of the reasons why you should understand it is because the more you understand it, the more you can work with it, the more you are in control. A lot of people, they are very scared of AI. Why? Because they don't understand it. When they don't understand it, they fear it and they don't feel in control anymore. The only way to take back this control is by learning about it. So the question, you are a trader. Why do you learn about AI and why do you let all of your clients now learn about AI? It's very simple. I am indeed a trader. But one thing is very important for me, that I will always stay in control of my own life. Okay? Besides this, when we're looking at the money aspect, I believe in the upcoming decade in a couple of sectors. I see that there are 80 people watching and not a lot of likes. So I will ask you now, if you like this free content, please give it a like. So it hits the algorithm, it hits the AI to more people who are actually smart. And we can create like a boil room of smart people. So if you didn't like yet, make sure that you like. If you didn't subscribe yet, make sure that you subscribe, okay? Now, when you're looking at this, guys, what I want you to understand, the only reason why, for me, it's so important that all of my clients look at AI and understand it is because I want it to them, for them to work in their favor, okay? I want them to understand it and understand the sector so well that they can make money from it as well. When you're looking at the making money sector, it's so easy to understand. Every single decade, there is something new, okay? One of my biggest bets, again, we have one, that's blockchain. I am already in the blockchain space since 2017, and I would say that I made quite some money in this space. Now, this is just one of the spaces that I'm looking at to make money in. We have the artificial intelligence space now, we have robotics, and we have, for example, quantum computing. Those are the sectors that I want to make money in. Now, when you're looking at AI, there will be certain cases where they mix AI with blockchain. So we have two, basically, sectors mixing with each other. That, of course, for me is the perfect scenario because I believe in my bets in the upcoming decade in these sectors. Now, one of the biggest problems is a lot of people, they are learning about AI, but they still don't understand it. Or they heard about it in the news, and now they think, oh, this is exciting. And now some random crypto project says, hey, we are using AI, and a lot of people think, okay, so this must be good. This is something that happened in the previous run in the crypto space. Every single project that just had the words AI in there would get a valuation like crazy. Every single new stock company that had AI in it would go like crazy. What I want you to understand, context matters, especially with AI. One of the reasons why I've been so vocal shorting these AI tokens, and it was a profitable bet, is because at the end of the day, it was just a very simple wrapper that wasn't providing anything new for the space. When I'm looking at the AI space, one of the only bets that I want to do is I want to invest in the infrastructure in AI. I don't want to invest in just some random ChatGPT wrapper. So what a lot of people did is they took ChatGPT and now they wrapped a nice package around it and they gave it to you. You can also call this lipstick on a pig, where you basically have a product, the pig, okay? And it's not a very nice product since at the end of the day, it's not something new. It's something that is already labeled from someone else. But now you want to make it your own. And now you're just putting lipstick on it in order to hope that some people will actually like it. Well, a lot of people, stupid people with no general understanding of AI, thought that this was something crazy, thought that this was something new. What made them invest in the token? One of the biggest reasons why I make all of my clients look at AI and study AI on a day-to-day basis now is because I want them to understand what makes a good project and what makes a bad project. Again, when you're looking at the bad projects, most of the time, it's just an AI wrapper. And this is what you've seen in the biggest tokens that were hyped for 2 to 3 weeks until some experts came and said, hey guys, this is nothing special. It's just marketing on a pig, okay? So it's the lipstick on a pig. I want you to understand this simple concept. The only way to understand this is to position yourself in the right way in the infrastructure of AI. Now, I would say there are 3 books that I want you to read. It's very simple. You have this one, How AI Thinks. Okay, very easy book, and it explains you everything from the beginning stages until where we are at now, what AI is, how it came to be, and the importance of it. Then you have The Age of AI, very good one as well. And then we have one, this one was recommended by a follower of mine, The Singularity is Nearer, from Ray Kurzweil. Very good one as well, When We Merge with AI. These books, in my opinion, are good for a general understanding. Now, what I want you to understand, AI will go super fast. So this means that the moment you are reading these three books, the moment you are done, most probably there will already be new developments. So one of the most important things is to constantly see, okay, what do the CEOs of the bigger companies, of these AIs, put out in public? These are one of the most important things, okay? What do they put out in public? Now, again, one of the key reasons for me why I wanted to discuss this on this market update is I hope that you guys see this as, hey, let me take action about it, yeah? Instead of being a retard and say, hey, this project has an AI stamp, so it should be fine. No, 80 to 90% of it most probably is just a wrapper with very good marketing, but doesn't do anything good, okay? The projects with the right infrastructure that are actually changing something in the AI space is what you need to take a look at, okay? So that is one. Now we're moving to the importance of robotics. What I want you to understand, when do we call something a robot, okay? It's an automated machine that performs tasks with little or no intervention. So you may think now, okay, I don't have a robot. Well, most people already have a robot in their house. Look, for example, at your washing machine. First, we did it with our hands. Now we just put it in a machine. We press a button and it's done for us. When you're looking at your coffee machine, okay, you have some people who still like to do a lot of stuff themselves. But most people, like me, just have an espresso cup. You put it in, you press a button, and the coffee is made for you. This is simply what a robot is. When I'm looking at robots and how you can invest in it, one of the most important things won't be the robots itself, but it will be the chips inside of the robot, okay? Chips is, I would say, one of the most important things that you should understand in the upcoming decade. This is a nice book about it, Chip War, okay? when you're looking at chips, a chip is basically, I would say, almost the heart of the being, yeah? So the heart of that thing is a chip. Now, when you're looking at these chips, there will be a fight in who makes the most effective chip, who makes the smallest chip, and who makes the cheapest chip. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to explain the cheapest one, for example, is there's a very simple example. These days, in modern warfare, okay, you have war, and war, how we know it, is you have some guys who come up to the front, yeah, and then you have some people on the other side shooting. Then you have some tanks, okay, very expensive, and a lot of people die, okay. When you're looking at this, the price of an average tank is around 25 million, okay, 25 to 30 million US dollars. When you're looking at this, we currently have, okay, when we're looking at, for example, the Netherlands, this year, I think they've acquired 18 tanks. This year, I think they've acquired 18 tanks. Yes? That's around 450 million. With around 90K, I can already destroy all of them. Yes? That is something a good trader can finance himself. So when you're looking at this, what is the future? It is these things. It's the robotics. Yes? Because a drone is not a human. Again, this is what, in my opinion, the future is. When you're looking at the future of robotics, you need to look at chips. If you want to understand chips, you will have to understand, in my opinion, a bit of AI as well. Again, this can all merge into something as a great investment. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this in this stream. Now, besides this, guys, let me go into the update. Yes? So we are currently in these two ranges. If you didn't watch the previous update, it's very simple. I'm a range trader. If you're new to trading, and if you, by the way, want to know what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, so building up these ranges, I have a free school below where I literally explain exactly on how to build your own range, how you can do it yourself, okay? Besides that, if you say, hey, I want to become one of your clients and do all of this AI stuff and trading with you, don't worry, you can always book in a call below, okay? Now, when you're looking at this, we have two ranges. So we have one range here, we have one range here. One, we shorted it from this to this. Now the question is, what do we do now? Because we were in between this here, and the question is, where are we heading now? What I want you to understand is, when you're looking at the markets, BTC is the leader of the entire crypto markets. So every single alt follows exactly what BTC does. Okay, so every single token here will have the exact same price action on, if we go to the 15-minute or to the 1 hour, as BTC. Yes, exactly the same. It's identical for now. Now, BTC is seen as the leader, but what I want you to understand is that BTC is just doing one thing, and that is it is following the S&P. S&P and BTC is basically the update I've set. So that was on a Sunday. I said if we break back in this one, it can be quite a positive week for the S&P, because we said so we looked at all of the previous examples of weekend closes and Monday opens and what would happen. As you guys can see here, we closed above and had quite a good time here. Now, it's still indecision because we haven't broken above the mid of this range here. So, just for reference, we have not broken above this mid what we need for clarity. So, it's still an uncertain market because it's not higher than here. We are making lows and we're still in a downtrend. Now, when you're looking at this is exactly what BTC is portraying as well. So it's the uncertainty with a downtrend. Uncertainty with a downtrend. It does exactly the same thing. Now the only thing that I am looking at is I'm a FIB trader and a range trader. This is one of my key FIBs here. And I wanted to see, so if it's a downtrend, I want to see it as keep below this blue level in order to stay bearish. So if we close below this and we keep below this, for me, it's a good sign for all of my shorts. If I go into a short. Most probably, if I would move into a short, it was at this area here, okay? So below this part of the range. This is not a part where I'm entering any trades. Same goes, I'm not longing it now from here towards here. You might ask now, why? It's very simple, because the main leader is still in indecision. And I don't want to make a move where the leader is in indecision, okay? So I'm waiting for this one. If we get a break above here, then we are breaking towards this range. Again, the similar range as the S&P has right here. What do I want to see now is I want to wait until we move to the decision moment of this. Again, I cannot say now like I'm going to make this move this week. Why? Because it's very simple. When I'm looking at a range has basically 3 moments where it does something. So for example, here I was very vocal about shorting. Why? Because it is in one of these areas. Okay? So it's in one of these areas. BTC is at the moment not in one of these areas. So I cannot do anything at the moment. I will have to wait until it moves to an area like this, where I can pull my triggers. Now the funny thing is when you're looking at this, from a general perspective, the S&P is. So what do I want to see? Where do we open tomorrow and how? Okay, so are we breaking above this level? Then most probably I would look for potential setups here. If not, then this entire area here is open for my move. And this is one of the good things about being a range trader. Again, I never ever stick to a bias. One of my key things is that I say, hey, what does the market give me and where are we in the range? In this way, you will never ever miss a move in the markets. So I'm not rushing into anything. In general, the markets, in my opinion, when you're looking at all of the factors, it doesn't look very great. Now, there is a potential scenario where we jump into a down move, a very sharp down move from ES, okay? When I'm looking at this, what, in my opinion, could happen, and what I am speculating on, is if it happens, then we would see the same as we would see here, where they start with 1, quantitative easing, and 2, stimulus checks. So here we had the COVID dump, where the markets took a very sharp move, while the governments could not afford this move down on the stock market, okay? Because it would jump into a recession. And I would almost say worldwide chaos. This is exactly the same thing with what we are facing now. The governments cannot handle a recession at the moment. So what will they do? It is almost like steroids for the markets. They will start with quantitative easing and they will start with stimulus checks. This is your homework for today, okay? Learn about what quantitative easing is and stimulus checks. If they introduce those again, yeah, I would go have like I am going to look for a lot of upwards potential on all of my alts, because again, it's a stimulant to let the markets grow while the government cannot afford to go down. That is my potential scenario for if the markets move down from here. Okay, I don't see it happen that the governments will allow it now, that there will be a very sharp down move or a very big bear or a recession. I think they want to try to push it up even more so they can keep this line going on. Let's see what actually happens. Again, if you want to stay on top of this, make sure to follow my Instagram. It's in the link below as well. Again, if you want to understand more about what I'm doing and what I'm showing all of my clients, you either can book in a call or you can go to my free school where I explain basically everything about my ranges, okay? Guys, I hope you guys liked this market overview. Again, if you like more of these, make sure that you give me a DM on Instagram where you say that you like it. The more DMs I get, the more I know that people are actually watching it, and the more of these streams I can do. Guys, thank you all for watching again. Again, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all on the next one. Same goes for my little Satoshi. Maybe he will see you in the next one as well.